All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Jack Graham here, Realtor with Simply Vegas, showing you today a little bit what's happening in the Las Vegas housing market. We have prices going up in September, even though interest rates have been high lately. But I'm going to go over the reason why prices actually went up and my take on what's going to happen in the future, as well as I'm going to go over all the data that you need to know about the housing market to keep yourself updated and always knowing what's happening out there. If you appreciate videos like these, hit that like button first of all. Comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are about my analysis and my view, sharing my view and what you think of my view, whether it's negative or positive. I always read all my comments, so I'd love to hear your comments as well. And then we're just going to try to go over what I see in the market, as well as a realtor that is always out there selling homes and negotiating for clients. So seeing what the builders are doing, what the homes on the resale market are doing, just to give you a little bit more of an update. Now, news right here. Obviously, the news are always late from actually, they don't really know what's happening in the moment. Only a realtor knows. A realtor that is always negotiating with sellers knows what's happening in the market. But here they're showing news right here where Las Vegas housing prices hold steady in September after 3 months of drops. We have the review journal here. Las Vegas house prices stop sliding, at least for now. We see after a 3-month slide, Southern Nevada house prices have leveled off, at least for now. And then we have the median sales price on single-family homes was $450 last month, which changed from August. Which was unchanged from August, which is not true. It actually went up. And up 10.7% from September 2021. So from a year ago, we are still 10.7% up. Okay. We also see 5 News here. Fox 5 here says home prices in Las Vegas Valley hold steady after declining for 3 straight months. So pretty much the same thing that they've been saying. As you can see, we were at the high at 482,000, which was in May, and now, which was up 10.7% from 406 1 year ago. Okay. And that's 20% difference right there. So we're right in the middle right there, maybe a little bit upper middle, but we'll go over that together. September home prices level off after 3 months slide in Las Vegas area. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So we'll go over that, but here's what happened. Home prices, they were going up in the first half of the year, all the way until May, where we had the highest median sales price here in Las Vegas. It says here 455. I'm not sure how they calculate that, but it's pretty accurate. And then ever since May, we've seen prices decline, going down to approximately 414, which was in August. August to September, and then just now, in the second half of September, we see prices going up to 420K, which is up about 1%, 1.5%, which is $6,000, median sales price more compared to the bottom. Okay, this is an uptick that I didn't see coming, even though interest rates have kind of gone down towards this time frame. I didn't expect prices to actually go up, but they did, and I was surprised when I saw this data. So interesting news coming through. We're not talking about much. We're talking about 1.5%, but it's still a good amount, and it's an inversion in the trend, which was, hey, home prices only go down right now. We've seen also inventory going down, and let's see. Let me show you here. New listing median sales price, so how much a seller is listing their house for sale, is up about $6,000, which is pretty much that difference that we were accounting for. We also have pending sales, so the amount of homes that get under contract, there are less homes that get under contract compared to the month before, which is, it's normal for the time of the year. As we get more into winter, we're going to have less sales. Added also on top with the amount of homes that are on the market, we get that balance between supply and demand. And I'm going to go over that together, because what people don't understand is just because the amount of homes go down, that the amount of pending homes goes down, what happens is it doesn't mean that we're going to have prices go down as well. It means just that there's less activity in the market, which means, I'm not sure why this one is not floating on top. Sorry about that. Let's change that up. Okay. So, which means we're going to go over the pending sales and all that stuff, that data. But, prices have gone up. What is the reason behind this? What's happening, right? And if you look at the treasury yield, which is pretty much the most accurate way, I would say, to predict what's going to happen with interest rates, and interest rates, more or less, they kind of follow this 10-year treasury yield. And if you can see right here, this was back in June. We reached a peak of interest rates, well, temporary peak, which was June 13th, where we had interest rates at 3.5%, well, 3.48%, which is approximately 6% on a primary home loan. Okay, so if you were to buy a home back on June 13th, you would get an interest rate of 6%, okay, on your home. This is on a home that you're going to live in, okay? As an investment property, second home, interest rates are higher because it's a different kind of loan. Ever since then, what we've seen is prices actually trending down. So you see from June 13 to September 1st, all the way until September 28th. That's almost a month and a half. Even more than that, yeah, about a month and a half, 2 months, okay, almost, of interest rates kind of trending down, sloping down. What this caused is more buyers coming in the market, because when the interest rates go down, obviously you went from 6% down to 5%. Now people are going to start buying more homes because people can't afford a home now, finally. Or they're taking advantage. Hey, there's a dip in the interest rates. Let's take advantage of it. Let's go ahead and purchase a home, which is what happened. And we saw prices actually kind of tick up a little bit, kind of invert that thing. However, is this something that is going to last? And that's something that I would say, no, it's not going to last, because ever since then, we've seen interest rates go up big time. We're back up past the all-time highs. All-time highs here, we're at 3.4, not all-time highs. What am I talking about? Like in the last year, probably, we have, 3.88%, which is about 6.5% to 7% to get a primary home loan, which means 6.5%. That's gonna correct the market, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw prices going down a little bit, not immediately, because it takes time for this to actually happen, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna trickle down. Obviously, when you get this data right here, this is actually data from 2 months ago, because the homes that closed on, let's say, 9/5 right here, or 10/2, which is the date when we're looking at this data, like the October homes, are the homes that we got under contract back in September, right? So in September, we had interest rates at, 0.5%, 1% less. Actually, 2 months ago is, usually it takes about 45 days to close on a house. So the date that you actually got on the contract is actually probably over here, and that's why we had that dip. So I wouldn't be surprised if home prices start ticking back down again, and most likely that will be the case, because it's been an inverse relationship. Whenever you see interest rates go up, home prices go down. If interest rates go down, home prices go up. It's pretty logical right there, right? So we've seen this uptick, but then I wouldn't be surprised to see this going down right here, and probably hit last year's prices, which the median sales price back here was $400,000 back in December last year. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. It really depends on what the Federal Reserve does with interest rates. If they decide to drop interest rates big time, which could happen at any time, then we'll see home prices go up. If they decide to keep interest rates high, or maybe go even higher, which is what they're saying that they will do, then obviously, home prices might go down and keep going down. So we will keep a look on this, and we will always do a full video tour. By we, I mean I will do a video of the housing market and keep you updated on the data and all, and what I think the future is going to tell us. I'm going to tell you at the end what my opinion is and what I think might happen. So stay until the end if you want to hear that. So we went over the interest rates. Interest rates back up to, past 1 year high. I mean, if we want to see when was the last time that we had interest rates these high, we have to go back to the 2000s, okay, which is right here. 2002 is the last time the interest rates were this high for a 30-year mortgage, okay. And then if we go back before that, obviously they were way higher, back in the 80s when we had super high inflation, which is what we have now, which means we might get to those interest rates. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, right? Anyway, with that said, let's go over some data. Let's look at a little bit of numbers, okay? And as you can see right here, we have home prices. Oh, sorry. This is the amount of homes on the market. Let's go first this is directly from my MLS, so it's more accurate data than Redfin. Although Redfin, I found that it's pretty accurate. So if we go to sales price, average sales price, we're looking at monthly. Let's go at 1 year and see what's happening. There's something wrong here. All type. 1 year line. So what's going on here? All right, there's something. Sales price, average, median. Okay, that's what we need. The median sales price. Here we go. As we've gone up all the way until May, just like we said, at 445 average sales price, and then we went down to 410, and now we're back up to 416, which confirms, hey, another piece of data right here. Prices are up month over month. Now, how many homes are we getting under contract every month? That's what I wanted to answer for you guys. So let's see here. We have less than probably around 2,700 homes pending on the market. But let's try to zoom out a little bit and try to see it a little bit in perspective if this is normal. We had that happen last time in April 2020, which was obviously the COVID pandemic, when nobody was going out, nobody was buying, where they were at 2,000 homes, under contract during that month, which is crazy. Right now we're at 2,700, not too far from it. At the highs when we were selling like crazy, we had March 2021 was 4,700 homes. Okay, so just looking 3 years back, you can see it's not too bad. We've been there before. We've been here back in December 2019 as well. 2,700 homes. So it's not really unseen, that we have this little homes. It's usually during the winter months. You see, December we have this peak down 2,700 homes. We're early this month. In September we already have 2,700 homes, and that's because people are getting adjusted to these higher interest rates. December 2018 we had even less. So every year we see this kind of trend of pending homes going down because less people buy homes during the holidays. That's just normal the way it is. In fact, I tell my clients, if you can wait and you're flexible and you want to buy, buying during the winter months, it's actually a good idea. That's when you have less activity. You also have less inventory. So I don't know if it's actually the best idea. It's just a matter of when you're ready, I guess. The amount of closed homes is what I want to see also. We see also less closed homes. We have 2,700 homes closed, which is about the same as the pending homes. But now, how many homes are actually coming on the market? So new listings are still trending downwards ever since June. So similar time frame when we saw, listings go up, we have listings going down, which is still part of the season. During the winter, less people buy it. It goes down. You see, from June last year, 2021, all the way until November and December, we had less listings go on the market. Then obviously in January, people wake up and it starts selling. Okay. And then it goes down again throughout the winter. So this is normal pricing. It just happens. I don't see anything abnormal here in the market. Anyway, we talked about that. Now, let's see a little bit. I'm going to tell you what I see in the market. this month we got about, I don't want to say how many contracts I got with my team, but we're doing very well. We have a lot of people calling us, trying to move out here. In the market, we still see a lot of demand. People need a place to be. It's not going to change. But you can't just say, oh, because I'm busy now, the market is doing well. No, that's not the case. In fact, a lot of realtors are suffering. You see most realtors end up, they're not, a lot of realtors that were doing great throughout the last 2 years, you just needed to breathe and you could sell a house. You could put a house on the market for sale and it would sell, right? It didn't matter what you did. You could take phones with your iPhone or something and it will do great. It will sell for over listing price. Then obviously a lot of realtors come into the thing because it's easy money. Let's get in there. But then now when things get tough, they start saying, okay, I don't think it's worth it to pay my fees. So a lot of realtors are getting out of the market, which I guess is good for me, less competition. But then we have also builders still discounting homes. We're looking at, the people, the builders that have spec homes that you need to sell. And I'm talking about Pulte Homes. I'm talking about Lennar, D.R. Horton. All these spec homes, they drop their prices tremendously. I'm talking about some homes down 10-15% from their highs. They were selling these homes, which I think it was overpriced back then. But hey, in that crazy market that we had, everybody was buying no matter what. And it's like, oh, whatever. It's just 10% more. In 2 months, it'll be the average then, because home prices are only going to go up, right? That's what everybody was saying. And everybody was buying and overpaying for real estate. But now we're seeing those homes, instead of paying that much, now they have to drop their prices. We see, I can't tell you which contracts and everything because obviously there's, confidentiality and all. But most builders on spec homes, they're dropping prices quite substantially. And, I tell my clients, look, right now, you want to buy a home, you want incentives, get a spec home. Get something that is quick move in. Builders are trying to offload all the inventory that was piled up because they thought that this was going to go on forever. They thought it wasn't going to turn around. And they were just popping homes, just building homes, spec homes. No matter what they put in, they thought that they could sell it, right? And now they're in the situation where things have turned around because obviously we have too much, it's too expensive right now to afford a home, so people can't afford it. And they have to offload this inventory. But why do they have to offload it? They have to do it because at the end of the day, it's a business. They need the capital in order to reinvest it to build more homes. Otherwise, they have to, if they can't build more homes because they don't have the capital, they have to pretty much cut down on all their people, their suppliers, and that is a mess for their stock price, especially if it's a big, company such as Lennar, Pulte, all the big national ones, and they cannot allow that to happen. So what's happening is they need to drop prices so they can sell that inventory, get the money out of those homes, and invest it back into building more homes, even if they have to list those other homes that they're going to build for a lower price. They still need that money. So right now is a great time to get a good deal on a spec home. If you're going to buy a home that you need to build from scratch, I'll tell you, it's difficult to get anything, any kind of incentives, because it's still a hot market. So if you were to build a home, you buy the lot and you want to pick all your options in it, you're probably going to pay market value, which is, some builders, they haven't dropped their prices at all. Most builders, probably half, or maybe a little bit more than half, have dropped their base price on the homes. For the most part, probably like most of them, if they drop the base price, they also adjusted their other people that they had on their contract before, because they realize, hey, if we don't drop that price on the base price, we have to, we're gonna see these people leave or just buy the house again, and it's not worth it for them. So they usually just drop the base price on those people as well. Anyway, that's what we've been seeing in the market lately. On the resale market, I was just showing some condos to a client. It was 2 days ago, and we went and saw 10 condos. as soon as we went and saw all the condos, we're looking at 300,000 price range, right? I get notification instantly. Hey Jack, thanks for showing my home, my listing. Hey, what do we need to do? Do my seller is flexible with the price? Literally like throwing them under the bus, which I don't know why they would do that. Pretty much saying, hey, send me an offer. Any offer would work. And this is on this price range, but we've also shown homes, in the 800, 900,000 price range. And we're seeing, those homes also not moving as fast, which I would guess it's normal. It's not the same as it was last year. But, it's also not bad. I mean, there are some homes that if it's priced right and it's priced under market value, but you have to go 10% under what homes were selling for literally like in May. Okay. If you go 10% under, you're going to get good activity on your home and you might actually sell it. And that's what I've seen in the market right now. And I think that's where the market is as far as, price range and what's happening with the decline. We're about 10% down from the lows. That's what I'm seeing. But at the end of the day, there's still people, and this is for the spec home and for resale home, right? Obviously, there's a case-by-case scenario and all. But the data shows clearly that we are down in sales price, the median sales price from June at 445. We're now at 417. So that is a decline of, what is that, $28,000. $28,000 on 445. That's about 7% that we're down. So it kind of, it's pretty close to what I was picturing as far as how much the prices are down. But yeah, again, we need if you need to list a house right now, you have to go and price it aggressively. You need to make sure you take the right pictures, 3D tours, and all that stuff. And it has to be probably 10% under what it was selling for back in May. If you're buying a home, go for a spec home. Go for a good deal on the resale market. There are many opportunities right now to get a house under contract. Yes, you're locking in a higher interest rate at 6.5%, but hey, at least you're locking something in versus going and renting, where the landlords have been bringing up prices, on rents, $200, $300 a year easily. I have some clients that are still locked in for a house that I have under contract, for rent. It's at $1,900 a month. The rental market over there is probably $2,300 a month for that house. So it's way below what it's worth. I need to bring up the price of the rent, but I feel bad for the guy. But trust me, most people don't feel bad for their renters. They'll bring it up. At the end of the day, it's a business. They don't have anything locked up. And that's what you have to watch out for. If you're a renter and you don't own a house, good luck at trying to keep renting, unless you have a really good landlord that doesn't bring up the price on you and keeps it the same, or maybe just brings it up 50%, $50. Sure, go lock up a long-term lease, just to keep it as long as possible. Unless you plan on buying in the next year or so, then just lock it up only for a year. But if you can, lock your rent for 3 years, 4 years. Ask the owner, hey, if you give me a $50 discount every month, can you lock me up for 4 months with a rental lease? And you might be lucky to do that, because once you have that contract, for sure they're not going to bring the rent up on you. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I wanted just to give you an update on what's happening. I see home prices. I think we're going to start seeing, they're really back down, but I can see this one going back down to 410 a little bit, trending a little bit downwards until something happens. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Nobody knows. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice, obviously. I'm just a dude that is sharing his opinion. Don't take it out on me. I'm just a messenger right here. If you guys are frustrated because you can't buy a house or something, I understand. It's really difficult to own a house right now in today's market, with the interest rates being higher and prices also being high as well. But at the end of the way, there's a way. And if you guys need any help purchasing a home, you need a realtor that can represent you and do the best interest that the best for your interest to purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me. All my information is down below. Appreciate you watching until the end. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.